So I'm a little late this month, but better late than never. Here we go with BattlBox Mission 105. Cool assortment of gear inside there. Let's check it out. All right, folks, welcome back. So I wanted to give you a look at this month's BattlBox. A little bit late with all the Black Friday stuff going on and everything, but definitely wanted to show you what's inside because this is a really nice box. Now, for those of you unfamiliar with how BattlBox works, basically you choose a size. Boxes come in Basic, Advanced, Pro, and Pro Plus. Those subscriptions per month, okay? Your Basic's going to run you about $34.99 a month with an average value of $71 in it. Advanced is going to be $64.99 a month, and you get about $127 worth of gear in it. Pro is going to be $119.99 a month, and you're going to get $219 worth of gear in it. And your Pro Plus is going to be about $169.99 a month, with an average value of $322. So that kind of gives you an idea what comes in each box. I know I haven't broken it down like that before, but I do like to let people know what's going on with the different subscription sizes. Also, too, I have a 15% off code down there at the bottom for subscription products. So if you're interested in getting started with BattlBox, check it out down at the bottom. And my link will be down there as well as my portal where you can see everything that's going on with BattlBox as far as older gear that you might want to pick up individually, as well as all the new stuff and the subscriptions. I generally don't recommend subscriptions for new preppers, all right? You guys are concentrated on getting your food, your water, stuff like that. However, after a while, if you feel like you're at a decent level with prepping, something like this can really come in handy because there's some really cool stuff in this monthly. BattlBox has really stepped up their game. So we're going to take a look first at the basic box, what comes in the basic box. I'm going to get the box out of the way, pull out the basic box stuff, and let you see what's inside. All right, so you're looking at the basic box. This is the first thing. Now, the first thing you're going to be greeted with, if you have anything other than the basic box, is this sign here. Okay? Definitely keep an eye out for your $100 voucher. It's in a later box. We'll get into that. If you're just getting the basic, you won't see it because it's not part of that month's deal. But anything over that, you're going to see it, so you definitely want to keep an eye out for that. All right, so we're going to go over the basics first here. First, we have a wet electronics rescue pouch. Now, this is an absorbent pouch. Whatever goes in wet comes out dry. Basically, you drop your cell phone in the water. This will attempt to rescue it. It does have a nice belt clip on it, so you can stick it in there. And these are the instructions. And just let it sit in here. Now, it feels like there's some kind of desiccant packs in here. So you put your cell phone in there and let it dry out. So you've seen how quickly water can destroy stuff, and that's definitely something that's very handy to have around. This is the only product on the market that will reliably rescue electronic devices after they've gotten wet. You don't need any batteries, you don't need anything like that. You simply place the pouch in the sun or dry it with a hair dryer or put it in the clothes dryer in the lowest setting, and then you stick your product in there and it will dry it out, okay? It's about 7.2 inches by 1.2 inches by 5.4 ounces in weight. Definitely a handy item, especially if you're carrying your cell phones or electronics out in the wilderness and they get wet. So we'll clear it up really well. Now, next up is something that's really, really interesting. And I want to do a separate video on this, actually. This is the Delta Emergency Water Filter here. This is really essential, okay? We all know bad water can make you really sick and ultimately kill you if it's not properly filtered and purified. You can use a shemagh or bandana to get out turbidity, and then you can boil water to purify it. But boiling isn't always an option, and that's where the Delta Emergency Water Filter comes into play in your preps. It's also great because it removes nasty pond water taste, and many other products won't. You guys have heard me talk about when I do water filter reviews, how everything tastes like clay with cheaper water filters, and with the better water filters, it removes that clay taste. This will do it. And I definitely want to do a separate video on this. Everything you need is in here. You got a little plastic container here. You're just going to put this out. You can rapidly deploy this and have yourself some water that's really pure. And this is what it will take out. If you want to kind of pause the video and look at it. Definitely a handy item. All right. Next up, the Outdoor Element Fire Flute. Now, I did open it. That's the package it will come in. It comes with 3 little pieces of tinder, one of which I have inside here. This is pretty much a decent little ferro rod. It does unscrew to be replaced when you need to replace it. Also, too, you have storage in here for tinder. And that's where the other piece of tinder went. I have it just sitting in there. On the top here is a whistle. The only complaint I really had with this, and you'll notice that there's an O-ring here, so we'll keep it dry, is the striker on it. It's kind of So you have a whistle there, nice and loud. This is the striker. okay? Either side of this. It is very sharp, but it's not very big. So it is a little hard to strike the ferro rod with it. You get that out of there. You know, it's kind of awkward because you got this big clip in your hand and you're trying to hold on to it. And you will get a spark eventually. There we go. But it's not very easy. So honestly, I would either take those out and extend this, or I would just use a knife or something else to strike it with. It's really not very easy to strike it with, but you did see I got a spark. So it's kind of neat. That's the only thing I'd change about it, is I would definitely use the back of my knife or use something else to strike it with. But definitely cool. Last up, we've got the Johnny Slicks Beast Bar. This guy right here. Let me give you a look at it first. Get it out of there. This is the premium bar, okay? This is a bonus for all the loyal subscribers, okay? It's a natural body wash bar. It doesn't contain any kind of chemicals or preservatives. I'm going to try it out and see how it works, see how I like it. It wasn't on the website, but then I saw it and I'm like, oh shoot, I better check my manual for that. So I had to actually read it out of the little manual over here, because it wasn't on the website for what was in there. So there's your basic box. Pretty darn cool. Good stuff right off the bat. You're getting something that can preserve your electronics plus a water filter. Let's move on now to the next box, which is going to be the advanced box. So in the advanced box, you're going to be getting two new items here. This is the Carabiner Rope Tightener by Night Eyes. They make a lot of good products like this. And remember, you can run your rope through here. Now, this isn't for climbing. This is for, say, attaching like a ridge line to a tent or something like that. It will tighten up your rope for you and keep it safe. It does have a 150-pound working limit, so obviously you're not going to want to use this for any kind of climbing stuff. But this is how you will use this to tighten up your stuff. Very handy, especially if you're into hammock camping. Having that line nice and taut and really tight on the end will definitely help you out a whole lot. This has 3 attachment methods for ultimate visibility, so you can be seen. It's not going to hide away on you. It does use a loop system or fixed end system or an anchor clip system. It is laser engraved with the instructions right on it. I believe they're on the back, of course. Yep, there you go. And your measurements and everything engraved on the back, okay? So you won't have to figure out what's going on there. It does have a nice, smooth, secure wire gate closure. You can choose your own rope or use a different combination of ropes with it. It is lightweight aluminum. It is a figure 9 large, okay? So it fits rope sizes 1/8, 3 millimeters to 3/8, which is 9 millimeters. Your minimum gate width is going to be 3/4 of an inch, and your load limit's going to be, again, 150 pounds. Really handy, really cool. If you use this stuff for ridge lines or anything like that, definitely something good to clip on your go bags in an emergency. All right, next up, this thing I thought was a sleeping bag. It isn't. This thing is huge, okay? This is the Right Line single storage dry bag. Now, we've all done this. We put, wet gear in trash bags to protect it from the weather. Whether you're traveling, to the back of your vehicle, or whether you're out, swimming, whatever. It's a pain in the neck and a bit of a chore planning out how you're going to pack everything in the plastic so it doesn't tear or get wet during the trip. Not anymore. With this cargo bag from Ridgeline, this thing is just huge. It's 30 inches long by 30 inches wide by 20 inches long. I mean, it just goes and goes and goes. So anything you're going to need to pack up securely in this thing, and you can see if I undo this clasp here, just how darn big this thing is. And that's why I thought it was a sleeping bag. I mean, you can put so much stuff in this bag and secure it all up and keep it nice and secured and safe in it. It's definitely a handy little thing, all right? You got this whole thing 55 inches high, and the whole purpose of this is to keep your gear weather tight and dirt and dust free in your travels. You can toss it in the bed of your truck, on a hitch rack, whatever, even on a roof rack, and you're good to go. It's going to cover everything up and be nice and safe, okay? 100% waterproof construction. The hitch mount and cargo mount bags come equipped with tape sealed seams, rolled tops. Everything on there is going to be nice and locked down for you. Very lightweight, but very tough. It is constructed with abrasion-resistant Parashield material. Again, extra large capacity, 17 cubic feet of storage, 30 inches by 20 inches by 55 inches high, and very simple setup. You can put this on a tailgate cargo hitch. use it in truck bed, whatever. You just fold down, slip each waterproof storage bag end over it, and you're good to go. You can even put it in your vehicle seats. So something like this, very handy to have, and you can see, I mean, I can't even fit it all in the camera. This thing is gigantic. It's probably the biggest dry bag I've ever seen. Let's move on to the Pro Box. Now, this is where I said you got to watch, because there is a $100 voucher inside here. This is a $100 voucher from Wiley X, okay? So you can select whatever pair you like off their website. Open it up. Now, I'm going to open it up carefully off camera so I don't give away my code and somebody goes and uses it. But here is what it'll look like. All right, I'm going to cover the code there. But that's what it'll look like. So this is a one-time code. There are plenty of items on there that are $100 or less. That's a really good deal. Also, the offer expires January 1st, 2025. So you got some time to use it. It does exclude prescription eyewear, but it's good for all of your other type of eyewear. I just want to stick it back in here, cover up the code there. So really can't beat that. I mean, $100 for free from Wiley X. So definitely keep your eye out if you got the Pro Box. Now we're going to move to the Pro Plus box. Okay, this is the final item in here, and this thing is pretty darn awesome. So let's get it out on the table. So this is from Condor, and if you don't know Condor, it's not the gun company Condor. This is the knife company Condor. Condor Tool and Knife Company has a long history of producing some really first quality tools, all right, for the outdoors. This is the El Salvador. Okay, this is a machete. This thing is huge. I have a little, I have to go look at it. It's actually a Schrade, and this is what I thought was a machete, okay? you just have not seen machete till you've seen this thing. That's it here, okay? The people of El Salvador and the rest of Central America use these tools for numerous tasks, clearing, even fine processing material. And if you know anything about Condor, you know that this is really top quality stuff. Okay, take a look at that. And this is heavy too. I picked up machetes where you can bend the knife. You can't do that with this. This thing is heavy, really high quality. 18 inches, okay, the blade length. Overall is 23, 1075 high carbon steel on the blade, okay, and it did come very, very sharp. Your handle is going to be walnut, very nicely done with the pins through the handle there. It's almost like natural little palm swells where every pin is. You do have a lanyard hole on the end here, and it just fits nicely in your hand. Like any machete, it's going to be a little top heavy, and you want that because you're using this to cut through brush and things like that. So definitely really nice. I don't even want to think about what these go for. Brand new. It does have a black powder coating on it. Okay, so you do have a little bit of flexibility on this, but not something you could do with your hand. All right, it's definitely not something you could do with your hand. Those of you who have seen machetes, usually they sell them in a store and they'll have them in a big bin, and you pick them up and you can just flex the blade like that. That's not going to happen with this. This is actually pretty darn tough. It's actually something I want to keep around because I can see myself using this out here to clear brush as well. Some areas of the desert get so packed with brush and tumbleweeds and stuff. It's not like that's really handy. The sheath on this is quite impressive. Handmade leather, beautiful stitching on it, right from El Salvador. You got a little belt loop hook there, a little flexibility to it so you can move around with it. Definitely a really high quality tool. I gotta say, I have done a couple of interviews with the guys from Condor Knives at SHOT Show and showing me their new stuff. And I did not see this one. Although I haven't done the SHOT Show in 2 years, I am going to be doing it this year. So if you guys want to subscribe and see some cool stuff from the SHOT Show this year, I tend to focus on the survival gear more than the guns. There will be, of course, gun tables I'll interview, but I like to focus on the survival gear because there's a lot of camping and outdoors and survival gear at SHOT Show. Anyway, that is the box. That is everything in this month's BattlBox. Okay, Mission 105, definitely check it out. Like I said, my link will take you to my own personal portal there that will save you some money, show you all the cool little items that are there, and my discount code saves you 15% off anything on the site. You know, if a month from now when the box is over you want to order just this, that'll save you 15% on it. So definitely check it out. I thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to check out all our links down below. We have our Amazon affiliate store, our freeze-dried wholesalers link. The link saves you 15%, so check it out. Our My Patriot Supply link, that's preparewithiridium.com. And of course, our Thrive Life freeze-dried food store. Hope you guys have an awesome Sunday. Stay safe and stay prepared.